Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael Romine, and this is the Houston Grass Podcast. Uh, Today we are about a third of the way into April here, and we got some significant rain and wind last night. Our farm has actually been hoping for some rain. We've fertilized several times this year so far, and nothing beats good rainwater to try to green up and grow together good grass. So we're right on target. Hopefully we'll keep these rains going and don't end up dry like we were last year. So it's nice to have the rain ever so often. That goes a long ways towards growing all stuff, grass included. So I've kind of got a few notes jotted down here, and we're just going to kind of talk about, I guess, kind of normal what we things, tips or things that we should be doing in April. Some of these kind of venture into things we would be doing probably in May as well, as we're starting to heat up and get towards summer as well, regarding mowing and watering and fertilization and whatnot. So just want to touch on some of those things. We'll start with fertilization. If you haven't fertilized yet, here, like I said, here we are, mid-April. Call it mid-April. Definitely need to get some fertilizer out for spring. I know everybody thinks about it. It's really something that should probably be done in March, especially if you're going to do a weed and feed, either the Trimec or atrazine weed and feed, because that will get those weeds before they get really mature. And once they get really mature, a lot of these weeds are hard to kill anyway. Once these weeds mature, it's almost impossible to kill them, at least with the weed and feeds. So however, if you have not fertilized at all, it is a good time to fertilize sooner rather than later is my answer, I guess, as far as prime time. If you're following the schedule, it's really either the Imperial, which is just the straight fertilizer, the 15-5-10, or one of the two weed and feeds that really needs to be done in March, early April. The next one coming up is going to be the Super Turf, the 19-4-10, that's got some of the slow release nitrogen. That's going to be in May, which is just around the corner. We've actually ordered quite a bit of it, and we're selling quite a bit of it, with people just getting ready for any time in May, really. May is a good time to put down the Super Turf. It will get you through the summer because it does have that slow release nitrogen. So yeah, and we're also, of course, May, we're right around the corner from another dose of the pre-emergent as well. So keep that in the back of your mind as well, as far as scheduling and what needs to be put out. Watering, we did get some good rainwater last night. I think we've got about 3/4 of an inch, and that is a great time to go out and turn your sprinkler system off. If you water in the next 5 days, you're kind of wasting you're doing more harm than good, even, I would say. We're still getting those cool nights. You're inviting things like brown patch and stuff like that when you overwater most times a year, specifically these transition times a year, when we're transitioning from hotter to cooler, or cooler to hotter, like we are right now. So turn off that irrigation. If you don't have the automated the thing that turns it off for you, then go out there and flip it off, and you can skip a watering or two. The grass is going full steam right now. The grass is almost 100% green. It is growing. It needs the regular waterings. You need to be getting an inch of water out per week. If it's not falling out of the sky, tell everybody it's an inch of water a week, whether it's coming out of the sky or coming out of the hose or a sprinkler system. You preferably in 2 half-inch waterings. And people ask, well, how long is that? And we try to answer, because a lot of people don't want to take the time to stick a rain gauge out there in the yard and see exactly how much water that is and how long it takes. So generally we say 12 to 15 minutes on the sprinkler heads that pop up and stay stationary. Those are called the spray heads. They don't move or anything like that. That'll put out about a half inch of water. And then the rotor heads, the ones that pop up and move back and forth and cover a large area, those take probably 25 or 30 minutes to do that. So best best thing to do is stick a rain gauge in the ground and see exactly how much it is. And again, preferably 2 1/2 inch waterings per week is where you need to be, and need to carry that through the summer. If it gets really hot and really dry, you might have to turn that up, but for the most part, that is what I do at the office here, and that is what I do at my house year round. I've had no problems with chinch bugs in either place. It that is actually the key. People ask, well, what can I do? Everybody's gun shy about chinch bugs right now. People are calling us and asking, well, what can I do to keep chinch bugs away? And the answer is water. If you're watering, chinch bugs don't show up. If you've got drought stressed grass, that's when chinch bugs come in and they'll eat you out of house and home. So if you're watering enough, chinch bugs stay away, and no chemicals necessary. And there's certainly no pre-treating for them or anything like that that I'm aware of that keeps them away. You just gotta keep the water program going, and do take the time. If there is some relief, we get a inch of rain or a half-inch of rain or something like that, go kick that irrigation off. You're just wasting your money, and again, doing more harm than good. Mowing now is you definitely should be mowing once a week at least. We're going to move into the prime growing season here before too long, probably in 6 or 8 weeks, when grass is just going to be growing in leaps and bounds. It'll be warm every day, it'll be humid every day, and that's what its grass is like. So maybe not so much us, but the grass really at that point really needs to be mowed like every 5 days. People that are pushing it to 2 weeks that is not good to do to grass. The rule of thumb is never to take more than 1/3 of the leaf tissue off the grass at one time, and if you wait 2 weeks, you're going far beyond that. As a matter of fact, if you're doing every 7 days, you're probably doing that when it really hits its stride here in a few weeks. So once a week minimum, probably at 3.5 to 4 inches is a good rule. I would say when it gets real hot, if it gets real hot and real dry, you might even bump that up a little bit. But the 3.5 to 4 inches is probably fine for spring. I know that we get into, sometimes people ask us if you should be mulching or bagging the grass. There's different blades you can have on your mower, and you can change those out in different settings to either to do the bag or make it mulch. I don't know. I have different opinions. I think a little bit of both is, if somebody asks me, that's normally my answer. Returning that good organic clipped up grass, chopped up, mulched up grass to the dirt is a good idea. It adds some good organic fertilizer, nitrogen back to that soil, and I think that's a good thing. I, however, think that you can overdo it, especially if you're not mowing frequently enough, and you can build up a thatch layer in there that is not a great thing to have. So a little bit of both, I would say, is would be my answer to that. You save some money and do some good, and not fill up the landfills and stuff if you're mulching on a regular basis as well. Things that you can do to prepare your lawn for the summer heat. We talked about a couple of those things already, I guess. You need to, in May, you need to put out that super turf. You don't want to be fertilizing in the hottest months of the year, because it's real easy to burn your grass in that kind of heat if you don't get enough water on it immediately. That super turf has that slow release. Part of the nitrogen in it is slow release, so it extends that that release of that nitrogen into the soil over a few months and get you through the summer, so you're not having to do it when it's real hot outside. So that's the purpose of that. Do that in May to get ready for summer. We get real hot and dry. That's when we would want to talk about potentially mowing that or raising that mower height, maybe another ½ inch. And the other thing is, I again can't stress enough, is the watering. You've got to make sure you're staying on top of that. We're getting a ton of phone calls from people that lost their whole yards or portions of their yard last year due to chinch bugs. And well, I have an irrigation system. Why did I was watering? Why did I do it? A lot of times, you're irrigating maybe even appropriately and using those times that I mentioned a little earlier, but an irrigation system, there's not many perfect ones out there that cover 100% of the yard. And even if it's getting a little more over here but not as much in this corner, or this spray head's not making it quite as far as it needs to, or whatever, eventually, that if you're just depending on that and Mother Nature is not helping at all, and you're not dragging a hose out there and using a big sprinkler to where you can really see it every once in a while, those chinch bugs will find that dry spot and they will move into it, and they'll start right there and move on. So you've got to be mindful of making sure you're getting 100% coverage, especially if we get back into a drought situation like we did last summer. So making sure you're staying on top of that water is critical. Those are kind of the things that you need to be doing, the best practice things that you need to be doing. Another thing that we talk about year round, and we have the discussion every day on the phone with people, is keeping those trees trimmed. I know tree trimming, just like water bills, can be kind of expensive, but if you live in I don't know, 15 or 20 plus year old neighborhood, and you've got 2, 3, 4 oak trees out in your front yard, which is way too many, by the way, you're getting a lot of shade. And if you're not trimming those trees annually, you're going to start losing grass. There's nothing that you can do. We talk about the palmetto St. Augustine that can survive on a little less sunlight than the Raleigh by a couple hours a day. I usually say like 4 or 5 hours of direct sunlight is what palmetto needs, whereas the Raleigh's more like 6 or 7 hours of direct sunlight a day. But if your trees are more overgrown than that, there's nothing that can survive in that. So staying on top of trimming those trees. And I tell people too, there is trimming a tree to make it look pretty and for the health of the tree, and then there's trimming a tree to get to get sunlight in there. Telling your arborist or tree trimmer guy or whatever, hey, I got to get some sunlight in here. I'm trying to grow grass too. Usually the HOA might be bothering you. To have both grass and trees, you got to have some sunlight, and it might mean taking some big branches that you wouldn't otherwise take if you weren't trying to grow grass under there, or you need to be strongly considering rock beds, other shade-loving ground covers and plants and stuff like that, because you have got to get that sunlight if you want grass to grow. 4 hours is an absolute minimum. We tell people the best way to tell if they're getting that, we don't come out and take a look and tell you, hey, I would use this kind of grass or anything like that. Omar does all our install work. That's not what he does. We tell people, because we only show up and we're there 15 minutes or so, and nobody can tell. We tell people, if you have a security camera on the area of concern, flip through those pictures throughout the day on a sunny day, or go outside and take a picture every hour on a sunny day of the area that you're worried about, and flip through that, and it will tell you the story real quick as to how much sunlight it's getting. And we talk people out of putting grass in places every day, because we don't want you calling us back and wondering why the grass didn't grow. We're gonna educate you, and there is no silver bullet out there. There is no grass that I am aware of out there that can tolerate less than 4 hours of it. Got to get 4 hours of sunlight. That's just an absolute minimum. So keeping those trees trimmed so that you can do that is important. Uh, Things that we're going to be talking about probably next month and as we get into summer would be to be mindful. We've mentioned chinch bugs a little bit, but when we get hot and dry, which is just bound to happen here, eventually, that's when the chinch bugs move in. And then again, if you can stay on top of that watering, they'll be a non-issue. But if you see hot spots, we call them, in the yard, you come home in the afternoon and it looks like a patch of grass is a little more dried out than the rest of it. It kind of gets a grayish look, and then the leaves themselves, there's a dividing piece, the leaf, and the leaf will kind of close up, and it's trying to protect itself is what it's doing. If you see spots like that, you would want to water those immediately. They may or may not. They might just be a hot spot because of all the heat radiating to an area, or it's an area with less desirable soil or something like that. Maybe it's not a good deep topsoil there, but it might already have chinch bugs. So first thing you want to do is get down, kind of spread the leaves and look for the chinch bugs. And if you see chinch bugs, definitely you want to treat them. But the most important thing you can do is turn the water on. And at that point, I would say you stick a sprinkler with a hose out there and you run it for about 4 hours. 4 hours would put out an inch of water. And theoretically, again, that was my experience at my house, is about 4 hours. You can put, the ideal thing is, again, to put out the rain gauge and find out. But really stay on top of that water so that you can keep the chinch bugs at bay and keep that grass growing. Another thing will be gray leaf spot to be looking out for. Gray leaf spot, we didn't see as much of it last year because it was so hot and dry, but those kind of wet, humid, still summer days around here, especially in the shade, you'll start to see the gray leaf spot pop up. At first, you'll see the little brown dots on the blades of grass, and they may be the end of a number 2 pencil eraser size or smaller. That's what they start as, and then the whole leaf will turn brown and wither away. And it'll get kind of a yellow, sickly look to it as well. That is when you would want to treat with Heritage. Heritage G is a granular fungicide that we carry, or you can get at a lot of places. It's not a Lowe's and Home Depot thing, though, I don't think. Get that out, and you would definitely want to back off the watering because excessive nitrogen, that warm, humid climate, and excessive watering are what it thrives on. So usually you might get it in sunny areas, but it usually will recuperate a lot quicker there because the fungus dies as soon as you quit pouring the water to it, because the sun kind of dries that fungus out. In the shadier areas, it's going to need some help, and that's where the Heritage G comes in. So those are things, again, we'll talk about those in the next couple of months as well, but those are things just to keep in mind that they're things to be watching for. So I don't really have much else here today as far as things, tips and stuff for this time of year. I would like to mention that we're halfway into spring, and just like our usual spring, we're getting lots of people calling around looking for grass, and I think a lot of farms are in the same boat that we are. A lot of people are running short on several of the different grasses right now, and because we're hearing from people we've never heard from before, and people are surprised when they call us and we do have grass. But we are selling out of grass a lot, so we're telling people to please call ahead, and we'll let you prepay for the grass, and we'll hold it here for you when you need it. And it's obviously a lot easier to do it when Mother Nature is cooperating, and there's not rain in the forecast. When there's rain in the forecast, we don't like to take payments because we want to know for sure that on the day you choose, we can get you that grass, and we're not going to take your order until we do know that we can do that. So Bermuda grasses, we've been told that we are out of the Tifway 419 for the next few months. So we're not going to have that one. They've got some that they're trying to grow back in, but we need those warm rains like this and warm, humid days are what's going to grow it back in. We are limited on the amount of Tex Turf Bermuda that they're letting us have, and it's going to be that way for a little bit. And the zoysias are going to be the same way. The fine bladeds, especially the Palisade zoysia, we're real close within a week or two of getting a fair amount of that back in. So Palisades and the Raleigh St. Augustine, we will not run out of those. But they do limit the quantities that they'll let us have in a day. So we have to work within those parameters, and that's what we do. So calling ahead is a good idea, and that way we can try to keep on schedule and get you your grass when you need it. So please give us a call if you have any questions, and thank you for listening.